Good morning, my dear children. My name is R. Sudarshan. I am going to teach computer science to you. Everyone take your book, open chapter number 1. Okay, children, this is your first chapter about a computer. See, for everyone, this is the instruction. If you have your computer book, just take your book and follow whatever I teach. If you don't have computer book, no issues. Follow this video. That will be much more enough. Okay. And I will send this PDF in your WhatsApp group. You can download it from your WhatsApp group. Okay. Now we'll go one by one. Okay. About a computer. You know by now that a computer is a special machine that can perform several functions. We all know very well that computers can perform different type of functions. It can perform many functions. Okay, it can perform addition, it can perform subtraction, multiplication, division, like mathematical calculation, and it can be used to book tickets. For example, if you want to book ticket for a train, you can book with that. You can order something and buy online. Okay, you can design some books, you can design some magazines, you can collect some information through computer. You can gather some information. You can store some information in your computer. So computer can perform all the tasks, all the major tasks. Computer can perform several tasks. Okay. So that is how computer plays a major role. Okay. See, that's what explained here. It can be programmed to give information, perform calculation, do aeroplane or train reservation. I told you, right? The same thing. Design books and magazines, forecast weather, and do many more things. We know that very well. It is used to give some information, perform calculation, do aeroplane and train reservations. Means you can book a train ticket and aeroplane ticket. Okay, using computer. You can design books and magazines, you can forecast weather, and do many more things. Okay. Computer have completely changed the way we collect, store, process, transmit, and display information. Yeah, it has changed everything. Before and all, we used to store, if we want to store some information, where we will store? We used to store in the paper. Now it is stored in the computer. If we store in the paper, what happens? It might tear. But if you store in the computer, you will not lose the information so easily. Yeah, it will be protected safely. So computer is used for many of these processes. Okay, and many more processes also. Not only the process, whatever functions which is written here. Beyond that also, computer is used. Okay. The computer that you see today have taken several centuries to develop. Okay, see, this is a computer. For developing or for creating this computer, it took many years. Okay, that's what we are going to see in this chapter. Okay, people have always wanted a machine that could calculate and record information. From the olden age, people wanted some machine to calculate or to store information. Okay, prehistoric humans used fingers as counting aids. In olden days, what they have used? Do they have computer? No, they have used fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. For counting purpose, they have used fingers. Mostly for mathematical purpose, they have used fingers. There's no other go because they don't have any other technical devices. Today we have computer, we are typing 1, 2, 3 here and we are storing information. But in olden days, they use only fingers to count or to subtract or to multiply, like that. Okay. They then started making lines on walls of caves they lived in to count and record information. And then after using fingers, they went to draw lines. This is how each and everything are the process for evolution of computer. For creating this computer, we have crossed all these things. Even counting comes under that. Okay. First we used fingers and then we draw lines. For example, for counting 4 plus 4, they will draw 4 lines, and leaving a space, they will draw another 4 lines, and they will count all those 4 lines, and they will put some equal to and write the 8 lines. So that is what the answer for them. For example, I told, okay, but that is what the answer for them. Like that only they used to do the calculation in olden times. As science progressed and human became more advanced, the need to perform complex calculation in a short time increased. In olden age, before 1000 years, it was okay, and later on, while development comes, and when people introduced many more things, and when they invent many more things, they need some advanced or complex calculation to be performed. Okay, right? It's obvious, right? Before, only small calculations will be there. For example, if they kill some animals, that's for example, okay? If they kill some animals for food, they used to kill animals and eat, right? So they will count, I killed one animal, two animal, three animal, and so on. And after evolution, after a few period of time, and after few years, and after few decades, and after 100, maybe after 100 years, okay, they need some other devices to do complex calculations. Beyond counting in fingers, they need some other thing to do the calculation. It became more and more important that these calculation be error free. Okay, they should do in a short time, they should do correctly, there should not be any error. Okay, for that, all those things, these processes for doing all those mathematical calculations, each and every generation, they have invented something. That is what we are going to see. Okay, all these are evolution of computer. They introduced something. That is what we are going to see. For example, when a rocket is launched, even a minor error calculation can cause it to crash. As science progressed and humans became more advanced, they need to perform complex calculation in short time increased. Okay, later a period of time, when science development was introduced, humans need some machines or some advanced method to do calculations. Okay, that led to a computer. From olden age of counting in fingers, that led to the today computer. Okay, that's what we are going to see in this, the early computer, in this evolution of computer we are going to see. Okay, as we need for fast and accurate calculation kept increasing, it led to the development of calculating machine and then to computer as we know them today. First, initially, why they want some machine to do calculations? Later on, they invented what? Computers. Okay, later on, after this evolution of calculators, computer is invented. Okay, we are going to see each and every olden calculating devices first, and then through that how computer comes. Okay, all those things we are going to see. The early computer, else you can say as evolution of computer, how computer comes, early computer. Okay, that's what we are going to see. Perhaps the first real counting and calculating aid was the abacus. You might have heard the word abacus. Yeah, most students might have heard. If you don't know, no issues. This is abacus. This is abacus. Okay. It consists of rows of wires with beads on them. Rows of wires. These are wires with beads on them. Okay. Arithmetic calculations, addition, subtraction. You know what is arithmetic calculation, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are combinedly called as arithmetic calculation. Were performed by moving the beads of abacus. If you know abacus, you will know the operation of it very well. By moving these beads, they used to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, which is nothing but arithmetic calculation. Okay. In China, the abacus is still used and calculations can be done quite fast on them. Yeah, even now in China they are using abacus for education purposes, for calculating purposes from education. Okay. In China, even now they are using abacus for calculating purposes. Okay. Next, Napier bones. This is what? Napier bones. This is what? A device which is invented in 1617. Today is 2021. Think in 1617, in 1617, in that year, Napier bones was introduced. This is also a machine. Using this machine, they will do calculations. Okay, this is how Napier bones looks like. In 1617, John Napier made a set of rods which could be used for multiplying numbers. Okay, these are set of rods. Using these rods, you can calculate some calculation. Who invented this? John Napier. This is the person who invented, John Napier. He invented it. Okay. Next, when was it invented? 1617. Next, after that, a few years later, Blaise Pascal, Blaise Pascal made an adding machine using gears, toothed wheels. See, using these gears. If the picture is not clear, no issues. Browse internet when you study. So if you type Pascaline, this device will show. This device will get displayed. You can refer there. Okay. Pascal's machine was called Pascaline. Since Pascal invented that, it is called as Pascaline. Since Napier invented, it is called Napier bones. Since Pascal invented, this machine is called Pascaline. Okay. They kept their name for the device. Okay. This was first a real mechanical calculating machine. It is considered as a mechanical calculating machine. Okay, mechanically, since there at that time no electricity was there, only mechanical devices were introduced. So it is a mechanical calculating machine. Okay. Next, around 18s. Now we directly came back to 18s. 16s we saw, and then directly we came back to 18s. Around 1835, before the use of electricity became common, Charles Babbage designed a mechanical computer called analytical engine. Before human beings started using electricity for homes, before using electricity, Charles Babbage, who is known as father of computer, introduced a mechanical computer. He introduced a mechanical computer. This is that mechanical computer called analytical engine. What is the name of it? Analytical engine. It was the first programmable machine ever designed. It is a programmable machine ever designed. For example, if you give some program, if you give some addition calculation, it will do that. If you give some subtraction calculation, it will do that. Okay. So it is programmable. You can program in that. Programmable engine. It was first programmable machine ever designed. It had some basic elements as the modern computer: input, output, memory. In your modern computer, in this computer, you have three things: input, output, and memory. This process is developed with the help of this analytical engine, because here also you have something called input, output, and memory. For example, in this analytical engine, you have something called input device, where you can give the input. Now you are using keyboard to give input, but in analytical engine, in a little different way, you will be giving the input. Okay, if you give input, what happens? It will process and give you some output to you. This machine, analytical machine, will give some output to you. In our computer also, if you give input, it will give you some output. Now the same process has happened here. And then memory device, it also have some memory device. If you store some information, for example, at that time they used to store numbers. If you type numbers, it can be stored there. It has a space. There the numbers will be stored. The calculations will be stored. Okay. So these three processes carried out in analytical engine: input, output, memory. The same process is carried out in this modern computer also. That is why, since we are following the same process till date, that is the only reason Charles Babbage is called as the father of computer. He told us how to do this process now: input, output, memory. So he is called as the father of computer. Understood? Okay, that's it. The electronic computer. Till now what we saw was mechanical computer. Now what we are going to see, electronic computer. This is also a process of it, evolution of the computer. Okay. After analytical engine only, the ENIAC came. We are going to learn about ENIAC. That's why I told. Okay, ENIAC came into the world, but it is evolution of computer. But it is an electronic computer. Till now, it was mechanical computer. Now it is an electronic computer. Okay. With the discovery of electricity, better machines were made. After electricity comes to the world, better machines were made. which were more reliable and capable of performing thousands of calculations per minute. Yeah. When the electricity came into the world, better machines were came like ENIAC, ENIAC. Using that you can do thousands of calculation. In a minute you can do thousands of calculation. Okay. These were called electronic computer. Since electricity is used on those, it is called electronic computer. Even this computer is called as electronic computer. Okay. Okay. First generation computer. This ENIAC is called as first generation computer. Okay. Since electricity came into the world and we have found one machine, that machine is called first generation machine. Either you can say first generation computer. Okay. Okay. The first electronic computer was the ENIAC. ENIAC. Expansion is Electronic Numerical Integrated and Computer. Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. Okay. Okay. That's what the expansion is. Built by John Presper Eckert and John William Mauchly. Two of these scientists combinedly formed this computer, ENIAC. Okay. Who are those? John Presper Eckert and John William Mauchly. Where they found it? At University of Pennsylvania. Where? University of Pennsylvania. Where that university is there? In United States of America, USA. Okay. At which year they founded? 1946. Okay. Okay. It was built using 18,000 valves, which is also called vacuum tubes. It is built using how many valves? 18,000 valves. See, each and every that small thing you can see, right? All those are called valves. In everything it has, you have valves. How many valves you have? These small things. 18,000 valves. Using those valves only, using 18,000 valves only, we found that ENIAC machine, which look like small bulbs. How the valves look like? It will look like small bulbs. It filled an entire room and could calculate 300 times faster than humans. It filled the whole room. It will fill an entire room. Yeah, ENIAC was also a computer, which it was an electronic computer. Now the computer, this is a computer, it's very small, and you have a computer in hand also. For example, your cell phone is a computer, in your watch you have computer, but in olden days, a computer filled the whole room. The big one is called a computer. Okay. Electronic computer. ENIAC computer. That was the first generation computer. Okay. Okay. It filled an entire room and could calculate 300 times faster than humans. It could calculate 300 times faster. For example, if you calculate some complex calculation, for example, 1234 into 5678, how many time period you will take to calculate these two numbers? But those computers will do 300 times faster than you, more faster than us human beings. Okay. It was much slower than today's PC. They told ENIAC will do 300 times faster than us human beings. But that machine, it was much slower than today's computer. That machine is much slower than this computer. Understood? That ENIAC machine will do 300 times faster than us. But that machine itself is very slower than today's computer. Then think how fast today's computer works. Okay? Okay. Eckert and Mauchly's company made the first commercial computer called the UNIVAC. These two scientists, after inventing this ENIAC, they found something called UNIVAC. UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer, in 1951. When they found this, 1951. That UNIVAC and ENIAC is more or less similar. It will just look similar only. Okay. These computers that used valves are referred as the first generation computer. These computers Using valves and electricity, they did some calculation. So that is called first generation computers. Okay. These computers were used till 1950s. In 1950s it was so popular. 1950s. Now 2020, in 1950s it was popular. Second and third generation computer. First generation computer we saw. Now we are going to see second and third generation computer. The next phase in computers started after the discovery of semiconductor device called transistors. Okay. First they introduced valves like vacuum tubes. Then they introduced transistors. Okay. See, transistor is smaller than vacuum tube. See, it's very big in size, it is small in size. And it also performs speedily. It works speedily. That's it. We are going to see. These could perform the same function as valves. It will perform the same function as valves, but were cheaper, faster, more reliable, smaller in size, and consume much less power. It is cheaper compared to the vacuum tube. It is faster. It is reliable. It is smaller in size. It consumes only lesser power. So it is advanced technology, right? At that time, in 1960s, it was a advanced technology, right? So after finding this, after inventing transistor, second generation computers came into the world, which works faster than the first generation computer. Faster, accurate. Not only faster, faster and accurate than the first generation computer. Okay. These computers were more reliable, much smaller, besides being faster. Yeah, that's what I told. Here the computer, in first generation, the computer filled the whole room, and the size of the computer is reduced in second generation computer because the transistors are small. So the size of the computer is reduced. These computers were so popular in 1960s. When 1960s, in 1950s first generation were popular. After 10 years, maybe 10 to 15 years, in 1960s second generation computers were popular. Now we are going to see third generation computer, the invention of integrated circuit. First they used valves, vacuum tubes, and then transistors. Now in third generation, integrated circuit, ICs. Even now we have ICs, integrated circuits. Okay. The invention of integrated circuits, ICs, brought about further reduction in size and increase in speed of computer. Yes, it's good, right? Using ICs, the computer size is still reduced. First it covers the whole room, and think if it covers the half room, now it covers only a small amount of space using the invention of this ICs. Okay. Not only its size is reduced, speed is also increased. Okay. And reliable, accurate, gives accurate answer. It is very convenient to human beings. Okay. An IC consists of several transistors and other electronic components on a single silicon chip. This is IC. An IC consists of several transistors. In second generation computer, transistor is in this big. In third generation, in IC, they have many transistors. Transistors is inbuilt inside the IC. Okay, integrated circuits. That is why it is called integrated circuits. The combination of circuits, integrated circuits. Okay. Other electronic components. An IC consists of several transistors. It consists of several transistors and electronic components. It needs some other electronic components to work, right? So electronic components, everything are present in a single chip. It is actually called as chip, silicon chip. You can say chip itself. It is actually called a chip. In this chip, many transistors are there, and few electronic devices are also there. By inventing this device, the computer size is still reduced. Okay. This gave rise to third generation computer. Now the size is reduced and a new computer is invented, right? Those computers are called third generation computer. Like 1G, 2G, 3G, this is also generation. Computer also, it's crossed many generation. This is third generation computer. The most famous of these computers were the IBM 360 and IBM 370. In these, what computer was so famous? IBM 360 and IBM 370. These were used in several places in India, such as IITs, Indian Institute of Technology. Okay. What are the machines invented in third generation? IBM 360 and IBM 370. Where they used in Indian Institute of Technology. Not only in this place, several places in India, and one of the places Indian Institute of Technology. In IIT they used this third generation computer. Okay. When in 1980s it was so popular, we'll see that. And the Indian Meteorological Department, not only in IIT, it also used in Indian Meteorological Department. Okay, that is also organization. In there also they used this computer. Which computer? Third generation computer. What are those? IBM 360 and IBM 370. Okay. All these process carried out in which year? In 1980s. Just before 40 years, 1980s. Okay. The third generation computers were large mainframes designed to provide all the processing power needed by an organization. These computers are used in different organizations. That is also called mainframe computer. Basically, mainframe computer is nothing but it is used in organizations to do complex calculations, highly complex calculations. For doing that, these mainframe computers are used. Okay, these computers are used. It is called mainframe computers. Okay. Next, fourth generation computer. Now we have crossed third generation. Now we are going to see about fourth generation computer. And this is so important, and from this you know very well how the computer works. The electronics industry took another giant step with the invention of semiconductor chip or microprocessor. Okay. Electronic industries, you know very well, right? That invented one more thing called microprocessor. Okay. It consists of millions of transistors. This microprocessor consists of millions of transistors and other electronic components. Millions of transistors and other electronic components in a single chip. The chip will be very small. In that chip they used millions of transistors and also few electronic components. Okay. In 1972 the Intel Corporation built the first microprocessor. Who built this microprocessor? Intel Corporation first built the microprocessor. You know Intel very well. I know that. Intel, everyone know very well that Intel Corporation built the first microprocessor. When they built? In 1970s. This resulted still smaller, faster, cheaper computer for fourth generation. Now the computer speed is further increased. Okay, and the size is further reduced. So that is referred to as fourth generation computer. This is fourth generation computer. Our PC, what we are using, is also related to this fourth generation computer. About 10 years later, IBM introduced the first personal computer. In 1972, these things were introduced. About, not accurately, about 10 years. Means in 1980s and 1990s, these personal computer came into the world. The IBM 5150 PC means personal computer, used in 1981. I told after 10 years, 1981, this personal computer was introduced by IBM. Okay. Which are smaller computer. These are smaller computer, right? Obviously, you can keep in a very small space in your home. But see how the first generation computer was. It covers the whole room. The room itself is very big and it covers the whole room. But how you see the fourth generation computer? It is smaller in size. That's it. Okay. Since then, microprocessor has become more and more powerful. This one, Intel microprocessor, has become more and more powerful, but cheaper computers being introduced every day. Since we invented more powerful microprocessor, not only this microprocessor is developed year by year, and more powerful microprocessor were developed. By introducing that, the size of the computer is reduced, still size of the computer is reduced beyond this, and also the price is reduced. So everyone could use the computer. And then computer became very cheap and everyone started buying computer. The commonly used microprocessor in computer today are Core i3, i5 and i7. Nowadays in your computer, if you go to shop and buy, what specification you'll ask? Give me i5 processor, i7 processor, i3 processor. Okay? You'll ask like that, right? Yeah, that is what it. Okay? Okay. Which contains, what are these i3, i7, i7? Those are processors. Okay? Processors, microprocessors, which contain millions of components. How many components? Millions of components in a very single chip. Millions of transistors, millions of electronic components in a single chip. Okay, so what happens? The speed is further increased. Okay, if the computer that at your home or school is a year old, for example, they are saying if you have a computer in your home like this or in your house and a school, which is a 1 year old one, chances are that computer having twice the speed are now available at lesser price. Comparing to this computer, what they are coming to say is, comparing to this is actually 5 years old computer. Comparing to this computer, I bought it for around 40,000. Now for 40,000 you can get a more powerful computer than this. That is what they are trying to say. Okay. Since advanced technologies are used in microprocessor, computer speed is further increased, computer size is further reduced. Okay. Next. Today you can see people carrying around laptop, palm top, tablet computer. It is obvious today everyone have laptop, desktop computers, tablet computers, everything, and working on them while sitting in the car or waiting for a flight at the airport. It is easy to work, it is easy to carry, it is easy to work wherever you are because you are carrying with you. Even cell phone is a computer. These are portable computers run by rechargeable battery. We have something called rechargeable battery in these laptops and the cell phones. Everything is a computer, right? We have something rechargeable batteries. Using that batteries, we are using the computer. If the battery is reduced, we are charging it. That's all. Tablet can be used to read e-books, net surfing, playing multimedia apps, etc. Not only tablet, cell phone, these smart computers can be used to do anything. It can gather information, you can play games in that, you can do anything. Still, smaller smartphones that perform many of the functions of a computer are widely available today. Yeah, even smartphones are widely available today. We know that very well. Even I am taking the class, I am taking this video using the smartphone only. Okay, so the size of the computer is reduced to a smartphone. Before it filled the whole room. Now in our phone we have computer, not in just phone, in smart watches also there. In watch we have computer. See how the size of a computer is reduced. See how the size of a computer was and now. Okay. This is the evolution of computer. Finally, one more evolution is also to be made. The 5th generation computer, 5G computer, 5th generation computer will be invented. Is invented already. It was invented, and we are still in a process of it. We have to succeed in that. What is that? What is 5th generation computer? By seeing this, I will complete the class. Okay. Scientists are now talking of artificial intelligence in computer. What they are talking about? Giving some artificial intelligence to a computer. Think how this is a computer. You know very well how the computer works because we are giving some instruction. If you are giving some input, it will give output. If you are storing information, it will store because you are giving input to a computer. But if the computer itself works, then how it will be? Example, robot. Robot is also a computer only. It is a computer machine, robot. If a robot works itself, then it is artificial intelligence. It can think by itself. That is what they are inventing. They are trying to invent. They have invented. Still they are trying to invent and they will invent. They have already invented, they are improving it, and they will achieve in their improvement. Okay, they will achieve what they wanted to. Okay, a computer with artificial intelligence will have vast amount of stored information in a particular field. Means if you build artificial intelligent computer, it you should store lot of information in that computer. Only then it will do certain process according to that instruction, because but the instruction is already stored. According to that instruction it will do certain process, and in certain situations it will think by itself, it will modify the information by itself, and it will work. That is what an artificial intelligence computer. You think and work. That is what we are saying to the computer. You think and work. That is what we are implementing, or we are saying to the computer. These, it will use the information to reason out and make decision the way we do. While building that artificial intelligent computer, you will store some, you need some information, you need some data to be stored, right? Initially it is much necessary. Using that data, it will think and it will decide by itself what to do. These computer will recognize speech, pictures, writing and body gestures. Obviously it will recognize our speech. If we speak, it will understand and reply back. It will recognize picture. If that computer, artificial intelligent computer, see us or a device, it will recognize that picture and it will display or show, or it will do some process what it needs. Writing, it could write. Body gesture, for example, if you give hands, it may give you hands. If you, for example, if you play with that, it may play with you back. Okay. Such computers are usually referred as supercomputer. See, if all these process it does, then what it is called? It is called as, obviously it is called as supercomputer. Even now, we used to say that supercomputer. Okay, right? We have super bikes in this world. We have supercomputers in this world. We have many super things like that. Supercomputer will be invented in future. Even now we have few supercomputers, but in further future we will have, for sure we will have supercomputers. These kind of computers are still under development. It is under development. That's what I told. It is not fully developed. It is under development. Still, they are developing it. However, some applications such as voice recognition are already being used in some computers today. You know very well voice recognition in your cell phone. Is it necessary to type something? No. If you click on that mic and if you say, automatically it will understand and it will type for you. So that is voice recognition, recognizing your voice. This application is already introduced. So it is a part of a supercomputer. Okay. Param Yuva 2, EKA Saga 220. These three are the very main computer which is in India, or some supercomputer made in India. These are the super, I told already few supercomputers are there. These are the few computers. Param Yuva 2, EKA Saga 220 are the computers which is made in India. Okay. That's all, students. Next to this computer language, next class we will see. That's all. Okay, students, study well. And what you are supposed to do is go through this once again. Go through this from top to bottom. Whatever I taught you, go through this. If you have book, in book you underline the main points and go through that. If you don't have book, just refer this video and go through that. Okay. And also I will send this PDF to you. Just go through that. Okay, students. Take care. Have a nice day. If the homework is given, whatever the homework is given, just do it. Okay, that is so important. Kindly don't be homework defaulter, not only in computer, in any subject. Whatever, if the reading homework is given, do the reading homework. If writing is given, do the writing homework. Okay, students, that's all. Today class is over. If you have any doubt, go through that. Beyond that, if you have any doubt, just text me in my WhatsApp. If you want to call, you call me. Okay, I will clear your doubts. Okay, take care. Have a nice day. Bye.